Stick around for this video. I'm gonna show you 3 things that'll help you master the toe drag that you're probably not doing, and I'm gonna show you 2 drills that you can start doing today from the comfort of your own home to start developing that toe drag, putting it on the ice, and start scoring goals. So let's go! All right, the first tip that I'm gonna talk about is all in your top hand. And you have to be willing to have it strong when you need it and loose when you need it so you can complete this full toe drag, right? Because if I just grab my stick, and I'll take my glove off so you can see my top hand easier, when you're doing this at home, make sure you have your gloves on. But if I grab my top hand as strong as I can, I'm not gonna be able to get that full range of motion and toe drag as smoothly as I would like. So you have to be willing. When I flash that puck up and I show that puck to the defender and I roll over my wrist, I also roll my stick just a tiny bit in my top hand, okay? So when I roll over my wrist, my top hand is just given just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. We're not doing this, we're not flipping it around. We're rolling that over and we're just giving a tiny bit of play there. That way you can have better mobility and fully complete that toe drag. So when I come into this toe drag and I flash the puck or ball in this case, I'm gonna flash and I'm gonna roll my stick and roll my wrist over and just barely move that there, move that stick there. That way, boom, I can pull it and go. That's tip number 1, is that you need to have a strong hand to show that puck and then a loose-ish top hand so you can pull it back in and go. All right, tip number 2 is that we don't want our hands to be glued to our body. If I come in and I roll my wrist over like we talked about in tip 1, but I keep my hands close to my body, there's no way I'm gonna be able to beat any defender, right? So after I do tip 1 and I roll that wrist and I start getting into the next part, my left arm, because I'm a righty, my left arm and my elbow gets away from my body so I can pull that puck into my feet and then I can attack. So that's a huge thing that we gotta make sure. Tip number 2 is that our hands aren't stuck to our body, okay? We wanna make sure that that puck our stick gets rolled over, my elbow gets outside so I can get inside and go make a play. So watch here. Here, step in. When I'm here, I'll do without the ball just so I can show a little slower. But when I pull, my hands get away from my body. They're not stuck to my body. They're away, and I pull, and I'm able to attack. Be sure you don't glue yourself to your body, right? This skating around like that's not gonna work, right? That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 that we're gonna talk about today is probably the most important, right? Because by now we've mastered rolling our wrists, we've mastered keeping our hands away from our body, but now we have to get away from this defender. The whole reason you're doing a toe drag is to beat a defender or beat a goalie. So we have to make sure that when we're training this, we're making sure that we're creating that habit of, okay, now I've made my move, time to go, time to create some space, and time to score a goal. Right? So when I get this ball or puck, whatever I'm using, I roll my wrist over, I get my hands away from my body, I gotta make sure I'm stepping. Tip number 3 is step with your outside foot in the direction you want. Because, and again, I'll do it without the ball, just for the drill's sake, but what I want you to do is when I pull that in and I get my hands away from my body, I'm stepping. Because then I can get the puck to the outside, boom, now I'm puck protecting, crossing over, whatever I need to do, because obviously every situation is different depending on where you're at on the ice, but you wanna make sure you're rolling that over, boom, and we're hands away from my body, right? Tip number 2, hands away from my body, and I'm stepping. That way I can right into puck protection and go make a play. So again, all the tips together. 1, we're rolling that wrist, we're giving our stick a little bit of play in our top hand. We're not gripping this thing as tight as we can. Let it loose, let it loose. Boom, and then I'm getting my hands away from my body and I'm stepping in the direction that I wanna go, right? This is how you're gonna master the toe drag. Those 3 things, boom, boom, boom. All right, try those tips out. Now, time to show you how you can do a couple drills from your own garage. All right, before we go any further though, I need you to check out all the free stuff that we're giving away. So scroll down, hit the link below. We want to send you some drills. We want to send you some hockey IQ. We want to send you some things that you can do from your garage, your basement, the dry land room at the rink, wherever you're at. Scroll down, put your email in, and I will shoot those right over to you as soon as possible. Don't sleep on this. Go do it right now. All right, drill number 1. Now, I'm using pucks and a ball. You can use whatever you have at home. These pucks can be shoes. These pucks can be wipes. These pucks can be anything you have laying around at your house. All you need is something in a line here, because you're gonna be stepping, tip number 3, and then you need 2 things that you can use as markers, because you're gonna toe drag to each level. So I'm gonna show the drill, and then we're gonna chat a little bit about it. So you're gonna be standing in a stationary position, puck starting below your first puck. You're gonna go up to the first one, toe drag down, up to the second one, toe drag down. Then when I get here, I'm gonna step, reset. First one hand on your stick. Second one, 2 hands, step. All right, so I'm gonna go slower here. First thing you're gonna do, up, roll that wrist. I have 1 hand on my stick. I bring it right back down to the beginning. Up to the second layer. Roll that hand, roll that wrist, bring it back down to the beginning. As I start to bring it down though, I get my second hand on my stick, I get my hands away from my body, and I step in the direction I want to make that move. So what I want you to do, again, I'll show it a couple more times here. 1, 2, here, step, reset. 1, 2, hand on, away, step, okay? I want you to do that for 30 seconds of work, and then I want you to take 15 seconds of rest. So 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I want you to do that for 10 sets. So you do 30 seconds, rest 15, that's 1. Do it again, that's 2. Do it again, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you have more time, of course, do more. But I really wanna see a couple things. 1, I want that wrist rollover, right? I want a little play in our stick. We're not grabbing this as tight as we can. A little play in our stick, a little play in our stick. Then when I get it down, I'm grabbing with my second hand, making sure my hands aren't glued to my body, and I'm stepping in the direction that we are moving. I would love to help you on some feedback with this. So shoot me an email, danny@projecthockey.com, with your videos. Send me your videos and I will break them down and send them back to you. Okay, drill number 2. You need to set up something like this. Now, I'm using hockey pucks, but you can use anything. You can use your backup stick, you can use a broomstick, whatever you have laying around the house that won't allow you to just go right through it. So you just need some kind of a line. Now, I'm gonna show this drill, and I'm gonna be in hockey ready position. We're always in hockey ready position. You shouldn't be sticking like this. Always with a purpose. We're in hockey ready position, knees are bent, I've got good shin angle, and I'm gonna go over, and we're gonna work on tracking with our toe. Now, this is gonna be important. This drill is gonna help you build confidence, all right? It's gonna be tough, but the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more confidence you're gonna get, and you're gonna be able to use that toe drag release that we're seeing all over the place with Connor Bedard, but it's gonna give you confidence. So if at first it's hard, keep at it, keep trying it, because it's something that's gonna help you develop and create confidence and move on to the ice. So, hockey ready position here. All right, I'm in good position. I can stick in a little bit and I'm gonna go over, and it's instant toe drag, right? I'm instantly trying to pick that ball wherever it lands and toe it down, and then I'm gonna step where I wanna go, right? So good position here, over, toe drag, step, reset, good position here, over, toe drag, step, right? Messed up a couple times, that's gonna happen, but I want you to stick with it. Now here's what I don't wanna see. Over, and then stick handle, then toe drag. I want you to push yourself into an uncomfortable situation and really try and hold that down. Then I go over, and I got a step there, right? So I'm here, boom, over, toe, go. Here, over, toe, go. Here, boom. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go for 45 seconds. Yes, that sounds like a long time, but that's a hockey shift, right? About 40, 45 seconds. So you go for 45 seconds of work. We're working over, toe drag, step, over, toe drag, step. If you lose the ball, go and get it. 45 seconds of work, and then a 1 minute break. So you're going 45 seconds hard, and then a 1 minute break. And I want you to relax during that break. I don't want you running around with you. 1 minute break, then boom, right back, 45 seconds. Again, when I'm doing this and I go over, it's instant toe drag step. And make sure you're following the tips that we just talked about, right? We're rolling that wrist, and we are getting our hands away from our body, and we're stepping where we want to go. So drill number 2 again, boom, step, step, step. Again, you want some video feedback, Danny@projecthockey.com. What are we waiting for, right? You got the 3 tips, you got the 2 drills. Find a ball, find some stuff laying around the house, and start getting better. Do the work.